Hey.
One of those awkward days.
All right, moving on. So we talked about becoming a product of the product. Now comes the fun part, the tough part for most people, inviting people to take a look at what we have. It shouldn't be that difficult. We have an amazing product, right? And an amazing business. Who do you invite and how do you invite? We can go to the next slide. Okay, so question, raise your hand if you knew your sponsor when you got into this business. Who knew their sponsor? Raise your hand. You guys look around. Okay? 90% of the people that get into this business knew their sponsor. Okay? That gives you an idea. We talk about warm market. So important to get in touch with your warm market. My dad likes to do, when he gets someone new started, he does the $10 million exercise. He said if you had $10 million to give away, and you could give away $1 million to 10 people, who would you give those? Who would you give that $1 million to? So if you haven't done that, write out those 10 people. Those should be the first 10 people that you call and talk to about send out cards and show them how it works, okay? Great exercise to do. You never want to prejudge someone in this business. You know, you might have a friend that's a doctor. Oh my goodness, I couldn't talk to a doctor. They would never do network marketing. Yes, they would. They do. People in every industry join send out cards. In fact, I think especially our business, more people join our business than any other network marketing from all different professions because our service is so much different than what else is out there. So I talked about 90% of the people that joined knew their sponsor. I heard something from David Fry a couple years ago. He said that when people look at a business or look at a product, 30% of the reason why they join is because of how cool the product is or how useful it is, and 70% is because of the relationship that you have with that person. So focus on putting that relationship first. So if you're having challenges with showing this to people, how's the relationship? You know, if you take two people, one that you know and one that you don't know, do you think that, you know, when you call that person and say, hey, I'd love for you to take a look at this, when can you be in front of your computer, the person that you do know is going to give you a lot better reception than the person that you don't know. Okay? So 70% is because of the relationship, 30% based on how cool the product is. Keep in mind, 50% of all stats are made up on the spot. I'll pause and reflect. So ask your... You guys get that? Okay, good. Make sure you're still awake. Okay, we're going to take lunch in a little bit. So ask yourself, you know, if you don't show someone send out cards, the last thing you want to do is have them show up at this event, sit next to you, and wonder why you didn't call them. That's the last thing that I want to have, is if I have a list of people that I want to show this business to, I don't want to see that person at the seminar and have them be in somebody else's group. And that happens a lot, so make sure you get in touch with your warm market.
One of the first things that a lot of people ask me when they join, I think it's because they're uncomfortable approaching people they already know, and they immediately think, oh great, this is a business tool. I could cold call on businesses. I could walk into businesses and say, hey, I've got this great thing. And a great analogy of why that's just not the best way to do it is that, first of all, network marketing is about hearing about something from someone that you have a context for, that you trust their opinion. So what if, you know, who are you more likely to believe? As Adam said, if someone called you up and said, you got to go see the movie Avatar, it's amazing. It's an experience like you can't imagine.
But then they're like, who are you?
If you got a cold call and someone said, hello, my name is Bill. I would like to recommend the movie Avatar. It's very interesting. You might like it. And you're like, what? You don't know me, right? So it's the same exact thing. You're much more likely to want to do something that someone that you know says you should do than someone that says, hi, I'm Bill. You know, so keep that in mind, and especially if someone in your downline says, you know, I'm going to cold call the world, you know, say, don't do that. Okay, also, another analogy that I like, people they take things personally. If you show send out cards to someone and they don't like it, it's so easy to, well, nobody doesn't like it, but they don't purchase it or see the value of it, you take it personally. And I was in a career where it's pretty hard not to take it personally. If you sing and they say next, you know, that's kind of about you know. But send out cards isn't about you. If you're using the tools and you're showing them the system and you're doing what you're supposed to do duplicatable, then it's like a waitress pouring coffee. When she's walking around saying, would anyone like decaf, regular, you know, and you say, no, thank you. She doesn't go to the bathroom and cry. You know, she just looks for someone else that wants coffee. And it's the same thing. And really keep that in mind, because you're truly just offering something amazing and helping people that want to take advantage of it, but it's not personal to you.
I love what Jim Rohn says. If you guys are a student of personal development, Jim Rohn's one of my favorite speakers, and he says, hey, he'll contact someone about his new business, and he'll say he's got this little part-time thing he's working on. He says, I've got this new part-time business, and I'm getting about 3 out of 10 people to join me. I wouldn't mind you just come and take a look, and if you would just be one of the 7. Okay? Because you never know who's going to like your business or not. But that's a great line. You know, I don't mind you just coming and taking a look, and you might just be one of the 7. You know, so take the pressure off them.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of different ways to share send-out cards with people too, and we're going to go through just a couple of the ones that we personally like to do. And actually, Adam and I are good examples of how we kind of like to do different things, and that's good. Just pick the ones that you identify with. I personally love lifestyle networking, and to me, that means I don't just say, I'm going to do send-out cards, and then I'm not going to do, I have people say, I didn't have time to do send-out cards this summer. What? What are you talking about? Did you breathe? Did you walk? Everyone you meet could be someone that, you could look for reasons to celebrate them, look for reasons to send them a neat card. We're going to show you a couple examples of how we do that. But, it's not about trying to get your net and capture everyone you meet. It's about making connections, as Jordan always says, building a rapport. And everyone that you meet could be potentially interested in using this system, and they should just know about it. So lifestyle networking is so amazing. It's what you do while you're doing what you do.
They're fast forwarding to cards already, but just to add on the
back for 1 second.
we have a timer. Can we make this thing go up instead of down? So you didn't see, you saw lifestyle on there, you saw networking meetings, you saw events, you saw niche marketing. There's all kinds of different ways. What you didn't see on that list was cold calling, knocking on doors, spamming Facebook people that you don't know. I got this girl that emailed me on Facebook a couple days ago with her link on how to join her business, and I emailed her back. I took the time and I said, if you really want to learn how to build a business, go study network marketing and learn from people that have done it, and this is not the way to do it. And we had to start a good little conversation, but you don't see that stuff as part of our daily process in talking to cold people. I've tried everything. I've tried all this stuff. I've done knocking on doors. I've tried cold calling, but my goal is to be as effective and as efficient as possible. Ask yourself, if someone, if I'm cold calling and I need to make 100 calls to make one connection, that one connection that you make, are they going to say, well, geez, do I really want to make cold calls? Do I have to do cold calling to make this business work? Okay, so especially if you're part-time, you want to be as efficient as you can in the time that you have.
And that's a good point. What Adam said, the one way that's guaranteed to work when you share send-out cards is the way someone shared it with you. Because it worked, and you're here. And so that's why I send a lot of birthday cards. I found out about send-out cards by getting a birthday card in the mail with a Starburst card in it. And I thought, that's amazing. So however you were shared send-out cards with is probably the way you're going to want to share it with other people, because it works.
All right, so we got a bunch of cards.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to just show you some examples now. We're not going to read all these cards. It's more about the concepts. I want you to start exercising those muscles of looking for people to celebrate, and not ever find yourself saying, but I don't know that many people. Because only one thing on that list was someone that you already know, the war market, which is so effective. But everything else was people that you're going to meet in your daily life. So this is a war market card of a good friend of mine that's the music director for Wicked on Broadway. And I had a couple people that were going to see Wicked, and I wanted to surprise them. So I wrote to Ben, I said, can you give him a backstage tour? And he did. So then I sent him this card, and one of the things I love about send-out cards is that you don't have to do a picture card. Any other way to do picture cards, you have to do a picture on the front. We can choose a regular card from our card catalog and then put pictures on the inside, which to me is more of a surprise. And we have a great keyword search. So I Googled witch, and I typed in search. We had great witch cards. So I sent him this card. Wicked is about the Wicked Witch. Anyway. And I sent him this card, and he's on tour with Clay Aiken now, so I put a picture of Clay Aiken in there too and said, you rock. So it's just having fun with it, but I love sometimes not putting a picture on the front and putting them on the inside instead.
Okay, here's one. I stepped it up a notch on this card. Watch out. Looking forward to working with you. That's called the assumptive close. So I like the color yellow apparently on this card. So this is actually this past Monday, you guys recognize Tom Hopkins, a motivational speaker, sales trainer I used to work for. The car there is actually my friend that promotes Tom has his car wrapped with Tom Hopkins on it, which is kind of funny. And I did a little video of Tom doing one of his Attitude is Everything speeches, and I sent this out. I actually flew up to Salt Lake this last Monday because they were having an event. I just said, can I come and just tag along and just hang out? And flew up Monday morning, flew back Monday night, but met a lot of great people. And I sent out this card as a follow-up with a video card. Now, if people are going to get this card in the mail, do you think they're going to be pretty impressed and want to know more about how the system works? How is this video card thing? How do you do this? So I try to make cards that are fun, creative, and stand out, and this is a good example of going to an event and meeting people at an event.
This is actually a guy that I met on an airplane, and I really, really love to, now not just read it and talk to whoever I'm next to. Turns out he used to be in Amway, and I didn't know that. I had been coming back from the Phoenix Treat 'em Right, and I was reading a network marketing book, and so he started a conversation with me, and he works for Boeing. And then after talking to him for a little while, I found out he used to be in Amway and was a little bit disillusioned with network marketing, and he started asking me questions about send-out cards, and I was able to kind of point out to him all the reasons why I saw send-out cards as a different animal, and he got really interested in that. So then I found out he had that kind of a dog. It's a Yorkie? Sorry. Anyway, so and there was one in the card catalog, so then I was able to send him that great card, and he's like, you know what, I think I could be interested in taking a look at this, even though I told my wife I would never do it again. So it's fun for me to be able to share why we're different, and why someone that, even with a bad opinion of the industry, why you can turn that around and share with them what we have to offer.
This is a quick card example of I belong to a networking group. This guy's a member of our chapter. I went in on Facebook, grabbed these pictures off Facebook, and just sent him a nice give-to-give kind of card. A lady in our chapter had some back problems or had like a spasm or something, and he had to leave the room to help her out. I said, you know what? At the end of the meeting, he gave her a free massage, and I said, well, that's a pretty cool thing to do. So I sent him this card and just say, hey, that was a really stand-up thing to do. Appreciate having you as a member of the chapter. Didn't expect anything of it. The next week he was doing his 10-minute commercial, and the first 3 minutes was about this card and what that meant to him. So kind of a nice little testimonial.
It's a lot of massage themes going on, I'd say.
So, are they taking the rest of our card? We're done.
All right. We have some really good cards, but next year.
Can we go 2 minutes longer? No? All right.
Really? Okay.
I guess we're done. I guess we'll see you guys after lunch.
They're worried about your massage.
Wow.
Yeah, too much massage. That's what it is.